Hi everyone. So welcome to the second episode of the Thoughtful Thursday series. And in this episode, I just thinking about it all day. I realized that one of the things that I usually am um, always thinking about, but almost never sort of voice out loud is, of course, the gratitude that I do have for everyone around me, everyone who helps me at any given stage. And the reason for that is, considering that I am just about going to turn 33. um, you know, I would say, relatively young. Um, and it definitely becomes a little bit of you do become very self-conscious as a result of having something like MS, something that makes it difficult for you to walk, and but at the same time um, you know kind of putting you in sort of a limbo where sure, you can use a wheelchair, but chances are that it's more as a result of um, you know um, you getting tired walking 5 steps and needing to sit down or needing to rest. And as a result of that, there, of course, one thing that I definitely notice is being very self-conscious about you know what my limitations are, and as a result I generally end up being very thankful to everyone that does help me on, like, the smallest of things. I mean, someone holding my hand while if I'm walking down the stairs and there's nothing to hold while I'm walking down the stairs. I'm pretty sure I'll talk about my relationship with stairs, definitely one of these days. But even the small things where I might suddenly get a little too tired, and someone is just offering to hold my hand, so that I build up that energy, or I just have that sense of um, that sense of balance, so that I can walk. It's always something that I keep thinking about, and I try to be as gratuitous as possible. I try to thank as many people as possible when they do help me out, but usually I think from their angle they're just maybe a little confused as to why I'm thanking them so much. And it's more because when you do have something like MS, um, it kind of it becomes sort of a turning point in your life. And I do remember that had I not been diagnosed with MS, I don't think um, I would be focusing as much on my health, on my well-being, just because I would have taken life for granted, considering that I would be able to do majority of the things that I think able-bodied people do take for granted, like the ability to walk, the ability to you know um, put on pants or take them off, or button their shirt without getting too tired as a result of it. So it definitely does become a little bit of a I definitely get very self-conscious about the fact that some of my most limiting features are things that people tend to find something that they do on a daily basis. So people are always very confused when I thank them for helping me out at any given time. But I'd only say that it's just the hardest thing is probably not knowing that besides knowing that this is a medical condition that you're going to have for the rest of your life, but more than that, the fact that it's the little things that you can't do and that you're requesting someone else to do for you or to help you out, that definitely do turn out to be sort of the scariest things, turn out to be some of the things that you kind of chide yourself for, right? You kind of think that, okay, maybe if I had done this exercise, maybe if I had worked on this, um, I wouldn't be facing this issue. But at the same time, at what point do you also give in to the fact that it is it's not in your control what can and cannot happen to you the next day, right? So the only thing that I think I want to get out of sharing this story is to just say a big thank you to every single person that has probably helped me out in the smallest of ways possible, because it is a huge thing, and you might not think that it's small, it's a big thing, because most people generally don't tend to. But as a person that always thought of themselves as being independent, getting this kind of medical condition, of course, turns out to be something where you definitely do need uh, a very strong sort of support network around you. So thank you to everyone who has been part of my support network, and know that you have definitely been someone who has helped me um, through this journey. And maybe you might forget when you helped me, or I might forget when you helped me, because after all, my brain also has holes, right? um, just know that when I do say thank you, it is from the bottom of my heart. And um, it can be for the smallest of things, but it really, those are the little things that do make life a lot more difficult for me, because they're the little things that I can't do. So thanks so much. But of course, if you also face these kinds of issues, do share what kinds of activities that are there, that you probably need someone else's help. And while it might be an everyday, a mundane task, someone else's involvement in doing that is the difference of you having a good day versus a bad day. So yeah, do share your stories, and thank you so much for watching.